Imagine a vast land ripe with opportunity and promise, a place where the horizon seemed endless and the possibilities were boundless. The 13 American colonies, nestled along the Atlantic coast, were vibrant and growing. Each colony had its own unique character and charm, from the bustling ports of New England to the fertile farmlands of the South. They were a mix of hard-working families, ambitious merchants, and skilled artisans. The marketplaces were alive with the sounds of trade and the exchange of ideas, and dreamers seeking a new life. Settlers toiled on their farms, building homes and communities from the ground up, driven by the hope of a better future. Life under British rule was generally peaceful, a time of relative prosperity and expansion. Families gathered in their homes, sharing meals and stories while towns grew and flourished. The colonists took pride in their English heritage, yet a growing sense of identity, uniquely American, began to take root. Town meetings became a place where ideas of liberty and self-governance were discussed. The colonies, however, were subject to British law and governance. British soldiers patrolled the streets, and the Union Jack flew over courthouses, a constant reminder of their colonial status. The vast distance separating the colonies from the heart of the British Empire fostered a sense of self-reliance. Long journeys by horse-drawn carriages and ships arriving at ports highlighted the isolation and independence of colonial life. Colonial legislatures managed local affairs, but ultimate authority rested with the crown. Governors appointed by the king held significant power, yet local assemblies were the heartbeat of colonial governance. This delicate balance of power, seemingly stable for decades, would soon be tested as new challenges arose. Debates in town halls and courtrooms foreshadowed the coming storm. The seeds of discontent were sown, ready to sprout into a revolution that would redefine a nation. Early protests and passionate speeches marked the beginning of a journey towards independence. The year was 1763, a pivotal moment in history. The French and Indian War, a costly conflict fought for dominance in North America, had come to an end. This war, which pitted the British against the French and their Native American allies, had drained both sides of resources and lives. Britain, victorious but financially drained, looked to its colonies to replenish its coffers. The war had left the British treasury depleted, and the government was desperate to find new sources of revenue. Parliament, believing it had the right to tax its colonies, passed a series of acts that sparked outrage across the Atlantic. The Sugar Act, the Stamp Act, and other measures were seen as unjust impositions by the colonists. The Townshend Acts, each new levy fueled the flames of resentment. These acts placed duties on common items like tea, glass, and paper, further straining the relationship between Britain and its colonies. The cry of "no taxation without representation" echoed through the streets. This slogan captured the growing sentiment that the colonies should not be taxed by a government in which they had no elected representatives. Colonists argued that they should not be taxed by a parliament in which they had no voice. They believed that only their own colonial assemblies had the right to impose taxes on them. What began as grumbling discontent soon transformed into organized resistance. Meetings were held in taverns and homes where plans were made to oppose British policies. Secret societies like the Sons of Liberty emerged, challenging British authority through boycotts and protests. These groups coordinated efforts to resist British laws and promote colonial unity. A spirit of defiance spread like wildfire, igniting a passion for liberty that would forever alter the course of history. The seeds of revolution had been sown, and the colonies were on a path toward independence. The tension, simmering for years, finally boiled over on a crisp spring morning in 1775. The colonies had long been chafing under British rule, with increasing taxes and restrictive laws fueling their discontent. In the quiet Massachusetts towns of Lexington and Concord, where daily life had once been peaceful and routine, the first shots of the American Revolution rang out, shattering the calm and signaling the start of a new era. Minutemen, citizen soldiers ready to fight at a moment's notice, clashed with British troops sent to seize colonial military supplies. These men, farmers and tradesmen by day, took up arms to defend their homes and their rights. These early skirmishes, though small in scale, were monumental in their significance. They demonstrated the colonists' willingness to stand up against the British forces no matter the cost. They marked the beginning of a long and bloody conflict, a fight for freedom against the most powerful empire on earth. The battles would be fierce, the sacrifices great, but the resolve of the colonists was unshakable. From the chaos and uncertainty, leaders emerged. These were men of vision and courage, who would guide the fledgling nation through its darkest hours. George Washington, a respected Virginia planter and military officer, was appointed commander-in-chief of the newly formed Continental Army. His leadership was not just about military strategy, but also about inspiring hope and unity among the troops. His unwavering leadership and strategic brilliance would prove crucial in the long struggle ahead. Washington's ability to keep the army together despite numerous hardships would become a cornerstone of the American fight for independence. Section 4. A declaration heard around the world, the birth of a nation. In Philadelphia, the Second Continental Congress convened, grappling with the momentous task of governing a nation at war. Thomas Jefferson, a young Virginian lawyer known for his eloquent prose, was tasked with drafting a document that would declare the colonies' independence to the world. On July 4, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was officially adopted. It was a bold and radical statement proclaiming that all men are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The document resonated far beyond the shores of America, inspiring future generations to fight for their own freedom and self-determination. Section 5. The Fight for Independence, Key Battles and Strategic Triumphs. The path to independence was long and arduous, paved with sacrifice and determination. The Continental Army, outnumbered and outgunned, faced the formidable British forces in a series of battles that tested the mettle of the young nation. The Battle of Saratoga, a decisive American victory, proved to be a turning point in the war. France, eager to weaken its longtime rival, recognized American independence and provided crucial military and financial support. The war raged on for years with victories and defeats on both sides. Through it all, the American spirit never wavered. From the harsh winter encampment at Valley Forge to the final victory at Yorktown, the colonists demonstrated unwavering courage and resilience. Section 6. A New Nation Forged, the Legacy of the American Revolution. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1783, formally recognized the United States of America as an independent nation. The fledgling nation, forged in the fires of revolution, faced the daunting task of building a new government based on the principles of liberty and self-governance. The Constitution, ratified in 1788, established a system of checks and balances, ensuring that no one branch of government held absolute power. The American Revolution was more than just a war for independence. It was a social and political upheaval that reshaped the world. It inspired other nations to fight for their own freedom, from the French Revolution to the liberation movements of the 20th century. Section 7. Echoes of Revolution. The enduring impact on a global stage. The ideals enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, liberty, equality, and self-determination continue to resonate today, reminding us that the pursuit of freedom is an ongoing struggle. The American Revolution serves as a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of courage, determination, and the unwavering belief in the promise of a better tomorrow. As we reflect upon this pivotal moment in history, let us remember the sacrifices made by those who fought for our freedom and strive to uphold the ideals they held dear. The American Revolution was not just a moment in time, it was the beginning of a journey that continues to shape our world today.